Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Make sure to subscribe if you like what you see and you want to learn more tips and tricks I can give you for dining, shopping, traveling, and just living life in general. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about how to get Gucci from 50 to even 95% off. It's all doable. I just did it not a year ago, 2 years ago. I just did it in days and weeks before this video. Let's get down to it. So basically the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I feel like a lot of people perceive that luxury items are not attainable, right? Unless you're rich or a celebrity or whatever, or at least upper middle income. No, I don't think that's true. You might not be able to buy as much if your income isn't, great, but you can still get some, and it's okay to use luxury items. It's not, superficial, it's not bougie, it's not whatever. Because for me, I buy nice items not because I wanted to show it off or that I feel like I need it to feel good about myself or that, I want to be, whatever. I buy it because, frankly, a lot of it is high quality. I like quality. Some of the styles that designer stuff make, I couldn't find anywhere else. And that's why I buy high-end designer items. I'm going to be honest, these things that are discounted at this price are not going to be that's on the shelf right off the runways of Paris, Milan, or New York. These are things that are maybe like a season old, 3, 4, whatever. But I don't care. If it looks good, I like it. It's the right price point. I can afford it, then I buy it. So saying that, I have bought stuff. One of them I'll show you today. That is a current, in season, in style item that you literally will have a very hard time finding on sale, even 20% off anywhere. We'll start with the more basic items and then we'll get to the really big purchases, okay? So the first item I have here is this Gucci key holder. Obviously, judging from the box, you can tell that this is not a style that's now or new or even within the last 3 or 4 years. This is from before Alessandro took over as creative director for Gucci. But like I said, I don't care. I needed it. It was nice. I liked it. It was the right price, so I bought it. So it comes wrapped still. It still has its Gucci identification stuff. So it's a key holder. It has the key holders inside and it has the chain so you can hook it onto your keychain set. So basically, the price for this is, it still has the security tag in it. $79. That's a steal. When I was looking this up online, it went anywhere from like $300 to $350, depending on which website you bought it from. But even when I bought this, I actually got this from Gucci Outlet. Even when I went and bought this there, other colors were much more expensive. So as you can see, $79 is quite a steal, and it's a very attainable luxury item to have. To me, it beats carrying all my keys in like a big glob of keys. I have a lot of keys I have to carry, so this makes it neater, nicer, and more professional looking, and just sleeker. Also from Gucci Outlet was this Gucci belt. And I got it for $99. As you can see, it's just a basic Gucci belt. Nothing special, but I don't need anything special. Sometimes I just need nice quality stuff to wear every day, and I don't want to be flashy everywhere I go. Don't get me wrong, I like wearing really flashy stuff sometimes, fun stuff sometimes, but there's times where it's not the right place or time for it. So having something like this where you can still dress nice and quality and not be flashy is great. And so for $100, that's pretty much unheard of for Gucci, especially Gucci belts. I think it's very hard to find anything Gucci that's under $100 in general. But to find an accessory item like a belt or a bag or things like that for $109, for under $100, that's very difficult. So this is a great deal. Here we go. So a lot of times people make comments about buying, discounted designer stuff as, oh, it's like previous seasons, it's past seasons, whatever, it's outdated, it's out of fashion. But I don't think so. I think fashion is one of those things that you can be creative and be fun. There should not be a box around it. Sure, designers come out with new styles every season, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, previous season stuff is completely out of style, out of fashion, or uncool to wear. I still wear it, and I always get compliments, even on things that on the rack people say are disgusting. So this is a style that is still in season though. Yes, this belt came out, probably 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even. But it's still wildly popular, and it's still like a staple of Gucci. It's, I think, probably in their classic collection now, maybe, but this is rarely on sale. Even if you go to like Poshmark or any of those like second, I hate saying secondhand, but it is, right? It's previously worn or used items sites. It's still quite expensive to get this. I got this for, I believe, $230. So it's a great steal. And for all those people who say that buying discount means you're out of fashion, out of style, not true. This belt, it's the web belt, but it has the Gucci Marmont buckle. So I got this at a very discounted price also. $279.97 from $460, I believe. I think it's fairly classic. The webbing is never going to go out of style. The Marmont buckle is here to stay, as it seems. So I don't think buying discounted designer stuff is necessarily going to cause you to wear stuff that's going to be out of fashion or out of style. A lot of times what happens is like these department stores run out of space to get new inventory, because some seasons sell more than other seasons, and especially with COVID, there's not a lot of people shopping, especially tourists shopping and buying stuff or traveling. So stores are going to have an abundance of inventory, and they need to get rid of it to have room for new inventory, because there will always be people that want the newer stuff. I got this Gucci polo. This is from Alessandro Days. It has the snake emblem on it. So this is a fairly recent style. It's not too old. I got it from Nordstrom Rack. As you can see, $565 originally, now $229.97. So that's pretty much one of the best deals you're gonna get. Most of the time when I see Gucci stuff on sale, it's either something that's like destroyed, or it's something that's like so way out there that you can only really wear it once or twice or in very specific places. And even so, it's only at most like 30% off, but this is the ultimate. I got this jacket, this herringbone Gucci jacket, coat, I should say, wool coat. It has this amazing embroidery in it, dragons. Basically, this coat retailed for $6,200 originally. And I think now even some sites that may still have one left, probably in a size like XL or super big. I think I saw it for like $1,400 before tax and shipping, but see how like the details, even on the inside, they put embroidery. So it's super nice, especially considering the price tag. Oh. It is $299. I think we can agree that that is the ultimate deal. I think that comes out to something like 95% off. Most wool coats that are like decent quality, I wouldn't even say like super amazing quality, are around $200 to like $300. The stuff that I bought is pretty good quality and fairly modern and current styling, and I've gotten it 90% off even. So you can do it. You can have nice stuff and not break your bank and live on a budget and still have nice stuff. Granted, I know what you guys are gonna say is that this stuff isn't exactly cheap, and I get it, but my point is, if you want cheap, like I do, when I want something cheap, I go to Zara, but most stuff in that price range does not have the quality level or even like the styling. Like truly good craftsmanship and like unique styling that I'm looking for. So I will splurge once in a while and buy something nicer. Now to the best part, where did I get all this stuff? So I mentioned a lot about, you know, where I got all this stuff. The Gucci outlets, Nordstrom Rack, Saks Off Fifth. Basically, even if you know those are the places that you can get these things at, you have to know when and how to get them. And beyond that, even which locations. So at Gucci outlet, there's always going to be stuff like this mixed in. So for instance, this one in a navy blue, I think it was like 180. And then in a black, it was like 210, 220. This is actually a very, very dark brown, but as you can see, I'm wearing black and this looks just fine. So I don't need to spend another $100 and something to get one that's black to match my black outfits. So you just have to shop smart like that, right? And just be very diligent about like checking, because different variations of the same things can be drastically different prices. Same situation. This belt was $99 in this color, but in other colors, it was 200 something, 100 something, I don't know, somewhere around there. So you need to check each item and each variation to see the prices on them. I've had a lot of success buying high-end designer stuff, not just Gucci. I'm focusing on Gucci today, but in general, it's Nordstrom Rack. Nordstrom Rack has amazing prices, even at the full-line store level and at the Rack. I used to work for the company a long time ago, so I kind of learned the system. I learned how they price things, how they adjust prices, how they do markdowns, and when they put things in and out on the floor and such. So with Nordstrom Rack, the one that I go to all the time is the downtown Seattle store. I go to that one because I live there, but it's the store that first introduced me to, you know, luxury items on discount. I've been shopping at that Nordstrom Rack for luxury items since probably the early 2000s. I remember in their old location where they were in this like basement sketchy thing, and it's just racks and racks and racks of like designer stuff in there. A lot of that stuff came from their full line stores. So I know that the Nordstrom Racks that I've found good luck in is the downtown Seattle store, the OC store down in Irvine, near South Coast Plaza. That one's amazing. I used to live in OC, so I used to go to that one. The Honolulu store in Hawaii, I've gone there a few times. Really good stuff. I'm pretty sure New York, I would imagine that one would have really nice stuff. And the other states, I don't know, because I haven't been to the Nordstrom Racks in the other states. But usually from working in the Nordstrom retail system, what I've learned is that they used to distribute all the designer stuff across the whole company to like multiple stores, right? But now what I've noticed they've been doing is that they bring, if your Nordstrom store in the city you live in has a Nordstrom Rack, and your Nordstrom store has high-end stuff, they will usually transfer it to the nearest Nordstrom Rack or the most popular Nordstrom Rack near that full-line Nordstrom that carries that stuff. So if you're looking for Nordstrom Racks that are going to have nice high-end stuff, I would look for ones that are near Nordstrom, full-line Nordstrom stores that do carry a lot of this high-end stuff. That's not always the case. I went to the Boston store on Newbury, and it was pretty mediocre. Like, there wasn't a lot of great stuff. So it's hit or miss, but for the most part, the hotspot Nordstrom Rack stores are the ones near the Nordstrom stores that are considered like flagships, right? Where they carry like a lot of high-end stuff. Saks Off Fifth. Saks Off Fifth is another store that I've had really good luck with. I've shopped at multiple Saks Off Fifth. They're not all built equally and have the same kind of inventory as each other, similar with how Nordstrom Racks are. The one that I go to right now all the time is the downtown Seattle one. That one surprisingly has really good stuff, considering there's not a full-line Saks Fifth Avenue anywhere near Seattle. I don't think there's even one in the Pacific Northwest, but they have pretty good stuff. And so I would say if you're in Seattle or a tourist here or whatever, check out the Saks and the Nordstrom Rack here. But the other Saks that I think has decently good stuff, it's not always good, but it's more good than bad, I would say, is the one in Orange County. And there's like this strip mall slash outlet mall down in Orange, California, in Orange County near Santa Ana. And that one has a Saks outfit there. It's pretty good. And the Neiman Marcus outlet there is Last Call. I think Neiman Marcus Last Call in the same strip mall is pretty good too. I've been to other Saks in Honolulu is good. Saks outfit there is good. Obviously, Saks outfit in Texas, usually like Dallas or like the bigger cities in Texas are good too, and Florida. The one in near Miami Beach, I think Fort Lauderdale, is really good. Found some really good stuff at that one. So, and then how do you find good stuff at those places, right? Because you're always going to find high-end designer stuff at all these places. But how do you find those really affordable and cheap ones where it's like drastic discount, right? You don't always find these items. The key is to go consistently and then also know when the inventory comes onto the floor. At Nordstrom, they always replenish inventory on Tuesdays and Thursdays. At least that's what I know from when I worked there, and I believe they're still doing the same thing. Thursdays, because they're preparing for the weekend, which historically is when tourists come in, or everyday people, when they're off work, they go shopping more. So they put all the inventory out Thursdays to get ready for the weekend. And then Tuesdays, because over the weekend, people bought everything up, so then they have to replenish for the week. Usually the stores in downtown areas are going to be pretty good, because during the week, you have not only our tourists shopping, but you also have office workers who stop by after work or on lunch. And then you also have, the people living in downtown corridors. It's more dense because there's a lot more condos and apartments and things like that. And then on the weekends, obviously tourists and also people that are coming from the suburbs in to shop on the weekends. So those stores usually in the downtown or tourist areas are going to have better inventory in general. The other thing too to think about is when you do buy from any of these places, make sure you're checking that. Sometimes when I purchase stuff, the tag says a price and I'm like, oh, it's too much, whatever. And I bring it up to ring it up, then it's like way cheaper than what I thought. A lot of times tickets are missed when it comes to markdowns and things like that. These items, they probably got lost in the store or the stock room in some corner, and then someone found it and put it back on the floor, and it got missed when things were being marked down, so it didn't show its price. Oftentimes too, when I worked at the Nordstrom system, there are items too that were returned by customers like forever later after they bought it. And by that point, that item, if it had been in the store, would have been marked down drastically. But people didn't think to mark it down, because when you get a return, you just put it back on the rack and it goes back on the floor. And so when you buy those kind of items, you're then buying it way cheaper than what's marked on the tag, because it's technically an older item and it would have been marked down already. So, or it is marked down already. It just doesn't have the tag to show the marked down price. So always check. If you like something, bring it up and ask the cash register person to check it. They'll probably be irritated if you don't buy it, but that's their problem, not your problem, coming from someone who's worked in retail. So yeah, I hope you've learned some little tips and tricks on how to shop and buy these things that you want at a lower price. If you have any questions and want me to cover anything else about this topic, leave it in the comments and I'll check and I will make future videos. If you want to learn more, I know my channel is pretty empty right now, but I plan to put more content on here to help in many other aspects of life, from dining, traveling, more shopping, and even like life experiences that I've gone through that I can, give to you guys, so that you guys can have a different perspective and maybe be able to resolve your own questions in your head in a way that will help make your life more fruitful. But yeah, make sure to subscribe if you like the content, and if you want to hear more and learn more, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.